Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, first week of the new year, got the combine washed up and put away. Dad actually washed that down. Grain cart still needs to be washed down a little bit. It's actually full of beans because we'll feed them. You'll auger them right out into that grain truck and end up feeding them when our bin gets low. Well, a few weeks ago, Dad took off. He does that from time to time. He took off, went to an auction, and it was all day. He gets home late at night. Next day, we say, "Hey, what happened? Did you find anything there?" It's actually going there looking for a skid steer, possibly, or you never know what you're gonna find there. He's been doing it for most of his life, so he's got a wealth of knowledge on what farm equipment's worth. So if anything goes for a deal, he's gonna buy it, or if he finds something there he just can't live without, he'll buy it. So I say, "What'd you find?" "I didn't get nothing." So we're milking the cows, we're still working, and about a week later, he calls me into the house. He says, can you log me into this auction? It's got some John Deere parts on there that I need." So I go in there, I do the logging in, the online bidding, and it's some 40-20 parts. Some fenders and stuff like that. I'm thinking, what the heck's he want with this stuff? We got a 40-20. We've got a gas 40-20. It's next generation, or it's the newer, one of the last years they made it. So anyway, and he comes out with it. He says, "I bought a 40-20 in Canada. Needs fenders." And I says, "Well, we got a 40-20. What do you..." I didn't really make a big deal about it. He says, "When it gets here, you'll know why I bought it." So without further ado, I think the trucker's coming in from over the bridge here. So let's take a look at it. Let's go. So here we have it. I pulled these girls out back here side by side. 40-20 high crop diesel. He didn't go over there looking for this tractor. It wasn't even on there on the listing. He's seen it, and I guess he had to have it. I mean, look at this thing. I ran the serial number on it. It's a 65. They made these from 63 to 72. This would be, I'm thinking, I haven't ran this one, but I'm thinking this is like a 72 with the bigger curved fenders. And we've had this girl. He bought this over 10 years ago. John Deere dealer took it in on trade. Older guy had it. He told me it had a cab on it. This is all original. We've never touched this thing. I don't know if he put these fenders on it or not. We love front fenders because we don't like mud splashing all over, but she's got a few dings here. But talking about this one first, we've had this, we use this. I've unloaded silage wagons into the silos with this bad boy. Dad keeps a back blade on this. This is like his back blading tractor. Keep the yard graded out. What else have we used it for? See, there's a tongue. There's a pin hooked right to it for pulling wagons. Pull wagons with it. This is still use this thing. I think my brother runs an auger with it to auger into our bins for soybeans. But we use this. I mean, back when this was made, when Dad was a kid, if you had one of these on your farm, and maybe some of you guys can tell me otherwise, man, you were in the tall weeds. You had one of these babies. You know, we never had one. I mean, our farm was just being made, just being created. Dad's second generation. I'm third generation farmer. This farm, the way it's just grown, it looks like we're a fourth or fifth generation, but really Dad's second. So Dad never had one of these, but now that he's older, he's made some smart decisions, growing the farm the way he has. He wanted one, and just to screw around with, we don't really use it for day to day. So anyway, back to the high crop. He gets over there, he sees this bad boy. Oh, one quick point. 185,000 40/20s were made from 63 to 72. We got one right here. Back to the high crop. Guess how many of these were made? 787. We got one of them. He knew that just from knowing tractors. I think he never even seen one before. He knew, and you go to as many farm auctions and farm magazines, and that's what your life is. He knew the rarity of it. He wanted it. He bought it. He wants to completely restore this tractor. When I told you earlier, he had me on the online auction. He found it. He started scouring for parts. He happened to see one at auction, missing the fenders here. He's got them coming. In fact, I think he's already got them. He went and bought them. I bid on them. Went and got them. He's going to take this whole thing in and get it redone. 40/20 high crop diesel. I mean, look at this bad. Look at the clearance. You look right here. Looks like they still, you can still see they had a cultivator here. It hangs down. They were made for cultivating crops, vegetable ground. Maybe, you know, some of you older guys seen them, worked them. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you've seen them for. You know, she's got a few dings. I mean, come on, man. She's 60, going to 65. But all in all, little ding there. All in all, this thing is, I mean, he's going to restore it. I can imagine what it's going to look like. I mean, look at it right now. This little girl, being it's probably a 72, we use it. We polish this whole thing up. One thing, see, he's got these side panels. Dad's got these side panels. This one's missing it. You'll have a side panel here, pins into these, and it goes up. You got a couple holes there. It'll cover the starter here. But let me try to get up on this bad boy. The steps down here. Oh my, man, up here. Okay. All right. Yeah, looks the same as the other 40/20. Power steering. Like I said, this is one out of 787 made. And I tell you, it's a ways down there. You wouldn't want to fall off this thing. I mean, look at that thing down there. Down there a ways. Made for, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I think some farmers that had these were picking green beans and something with asparagus. I don't know. I'd be curious. Any of you guys know? Give me some information on this. All right, let me get down off of here. So once I knew we got this tractor, I wanted to do a little research on it. And one thing I found is there's not a lot of them out there for sale. There's probably a ton of them in the junkyard. And I did see one, I think it was on Machinery Pete. Down in Iowa, they auctioned one of these off. All restored, which this is what this one's going to look like. It's going to be restored. Dad knows how to do that. He's real good at it. He'll go all the way on something. And, you know, it's going to take some. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's all that. He's going to fix everything on this thing. You're not going to see any of that. But anyway, online, it was a live auction. Guess what it brought? $32,000. He wouldn't tell me what he paid for this. We could probably figure it out. I'm sure whatever it was worth it, or he wouldn't have bought it. But he gets this thing fixed up. I mean, he's just gonna drive it right around parades and keep it. And you know, like I said, when he was a kid and he's come out, Grandpa couldn't afford one. We never had one. Well, you know, what is that? How many years is that? 50 years later, he's got two of them. All right, let's get on this thing and see what happens. Couple key points on that little ride around. Power steering, very smooth. Tight clutch, and the gear shifted the way they should have. Gas pedal. I used it. Gas pedal. And I tell you what, that was comfortable. That was nice. So all in all, I mean, you know, when you're buying these at an auction like that, and he does it all the time, you're buying, you're not running them. You don't know. Everything's a chance. You know, life's a chance. So here's your PTO. This baby here, this is your other shaft. It doesn't look like it's even been used. I mean, here it might play help getting that out of there, but there's a clip in it holding in. They never changed that, you know, through. We've got a 4240, the 40 series, 50 series. Shoot, even the newer ones, not you say that. They've all got that clip. Or 6420, I think they never did change that. Take a pair of pliers and pull that off, and this pops right out. You pop that one in. Hydraulic outlet. So there's the girl. That's the baby. That's the auction find. Looks like these are new filters. It's been serviced. And collector item. You know, he's going to restore it. We're going to keep it, and we're going to Who, you know what? You know, I seen one guy. I saw his researching some of it. He had a nameplate he put in here and hung it. He put Sigler Farms, Emily City, Michigan. You know, once it's done, tell you what, if it's me though, for right now, the way it looks, that's just a nice tractor. That's unrestored, untouched, raw. You know, you don't find tractors like this, and he knows that. He's been around enough to where sometimes you'll see something like this go through on a sale, and you're thinking about buying it, you want to buy it, the time comes to bid, you lock up, and it's over. Boom, sold. And you go, I was going to bid on that. Well, he's got so much experience doing it that he don't let that happen no more. He's not afraid to raise his hand, I tell you that. So back to this older 4020 here, the non-high crop, the one that was the most popular, the one that if you had it in the 70s, you were on your way. I'm gonna get this fired up. You see it's a gasser, and we'll back this in the barn too, put it away. Maybe we'll ride on that. Okay, there you have it, guys. There's your ride around. Double tractors. I mean, this is just a big girl in the back. High crop. I tell you, they go good in this shed, don't they? I mean, they almost just fit. They fit perfect in here. They fit in this little, you know. So we're happy with what he found. He's gonna commence restoring it. We're just gonna keep using this. Nothing rare about it. 185,000 made. Still it's a awesome tractor. It's cool the way they kept them. I mean, if you look at this emblem and the way they kept that, that's all pretty much the same. I mean, they didn't change them. I mean, because these two, this is a 65, this is probably a 72. But man, and there's some history here. I mean, if God only knows what this thing's done, how many fields been in cultivating, and you know, this one here, Dad bought this, found out an older guy had it. This has got, I think, 2,000 original hours on it. So this guy here hasn't done much. That's part of the reason why I wanted it. But I mean, you clean this thing up, and you got a heck of a 4020. Hasn't done much. And we, you know, looking at this one, it's hard telling what they've done. That's what I mean. I wish you could tell, but I mean, they had these in Texas, and I don't know, tobacco fields, cotton fields. I don't know. I'm hoping some of you viewers can let me know what you've experienced. But so Dad's got the fenders for it, and put the fenders on, missing them. Just some other stuff. He knows dial it in the way it needs to be done. It's all going to be painted, and so I'll show it to you when it's done. It's just it was a cool find. I'm happy you bought it. Well, like I said, all the harvesting equipment's put away. Been taking care of the dairy cattle. Haul manure, a lot of manure. Dad's been running auctions, having a ball, so that's good for him. Me and the boys are doing good, getting everything taken care of. Still digesting Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all that food. Silos are in good working order. That's always important to us. So, well, I hope you like this video. Dad's got himself an antique on his hands, and I'm just walking around here. I mean, look at this. This is a '66 Case 430, and we always own this. I'm getting a little off subject here, but put a blade on it. But we use this, that PTO, unloading silage wagons. I personally use this unloading into them silos. because that's just how we did it, you know. And then finally, I'm just telling you, this farm started from the ground up, like any other business or any other farm does, but I seen it firsthand. We didn't have machinery like this. It was from Dad and Mom. You know, Mom's always the key, a good woman behind you. And she did the calves anyway, and a lot of the cows. A combination like that, working 7 days a week, investing everything you ever made into something, and making good decisions. You know, so they did all that together, and this is what you got. On that note, I hope you liked the video. I hope you're gonna like seeing the future of that thing being restored. Like I said, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and look forward to seeing you in future videos. Kip Sigler Farming on Instagram, and see you in the next one. Thanks.